Tonight from Fernwood, Fernwood Tonight, coming to you live with your host for tonight, Mr. Barth Gimbel. Tonight, Barth's guest will be Mr. Marshall Petty, the principal of the Dwight D. Eisenhower School, with an examination of corporal punishment. And Vietnam's own Myan Co team. Daryl Washington, a young black person. And Happy Kine and the Mirth Makers. And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard. And now, your host and mine, Mr. Barth Gimbel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, thank you. That's some response. You know, the response has been great all week, and we've been getting some incredibly flattering phone calls and letters about the show. Response has been, as I say, well, it's about time, isn't it, Jerry?
I was saying better late than never.
Yeah. Response has been great, as I said, and I'll also admit that we've heard from a few people who didn't like the show. You may think it's unusual for a big talk show to admit that he's getting a little bad criticism.
Is that right?
Absolutely, Jared. I figured, nevertheless, it's the big people who can always come under the, attack and bounce back. Who cares? So I don't mind reading some of this negative mail. Let's start with this one here from, this is right here in town. This is a real sizzler. I ought to be using asbestos gloves for this little stinker.
Sure want to read these on the air.
Hey, I think I can afford it, okay? This is from right here in town. I won't give the name out. I think that's kind of bad policy.
Probably anonymous anyway.
It says, Dear Channel 6, what do you people think you're doing with this Fernwood Tonight Show? See what I mean? Why do you insist on cluttering up the program with all those guests and interviews? That kind of stuff is coming out of our ears. Let's have more of Barth Gimbel, who is refreshing and different, and certainly more talented than anybody we've ever had here in Fernwood. So get on the stick, Channel 6, before it's too late. Sincerely, we'll just say ML. Ooh, I don't even want to touch that anymore.
Yeah, that's...
Not alone, either. Here's another. Dear sirs, that's probably you and I. Could be the management. Fernwood Tonight really bugs me. The main thing wrong is that it's not long enough. Just as I get involved in a guest or topic, the show's over, and before you know it, you're watching Highway Patrol reruns again. That's great. It says here, and Barth Gimbel is just too good to be that short.
Wow. Probably preferred if the show was longer and...
Well, now, here again, I think he's referring to, again, the length of the show, not my own length or height.
Oh, no, I never thought of that.
Anyway, enough of the hate mail. Just keep it coming. You kind of enjoy that. Our first guest tonight is unusual in two ways. First of all, he's young, and he's black.
Wow.
He's a black person here in Fernwood. No, not from here in Fernwood.
Not living here.
No, did I say that? I'm sorry. We bussed him in from Cincinnati, where he won a regional talent show just doing what comes naturally. Let's welcome him now. His name is Mr. Daryl Washington.
Let's say...
How old are you, Daryl? Excuse me. How old are you, Daryl? Hula hoops went out quite a while ago. Seems like you're still into it. That's kind of fascinating. If you have any brothers and sisters, Daryl? We'll be right back after this word. Recently, the United States of America was involved in a tragic war in Vietnam. I think a lot of you probably read about it in the Fernwood Courier.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in the papers for a while.
Absolutely. Since then, thousands of Vietnamese refugees have fled here to the United States, some of them prominent Vietnamese officials in the government. Next is a man who served in the Vietnamese government. He's written a book. Tells us what it's like to be a Vietnamese refugee living in America. The book is called Yankee Doodle Gook. A warm welcome, please, to Myang Ko Tiang. Let's bring him up. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Tam, you were in President Thieu's cabinet till the very, very end. What post did you hold?
Well, I was Minister of Parks and Playgrounds. I maintained our beautiful parks and boulevards.
Oh, that's wonderful. Tell us, what was it like in those final hours before the communists took over?
Oh, it was tragic. The invaders invaded the palace and trampled my rose bushes like they were cattle. We left no trespassing signs everywhere, but the invading army seldom stops to read.
Why, those lousy, no-good, rotten, stinking, commie, pinko pigs.
Hey, just lighten up, Joe, okay?
Did you hear the man had no trespassing signs? There's nothing sacred.
Okay, but you did manage to escape, and it's nice to have you. Do you think you'll ever be going back to your homeland?
Maybe someday. First, I would like to see Miami Beach.
Barth here came to Fernwood from Miami Beach. He had to leave because of some problem down there.
It was just simply a very severe sunburn, and I wanted to... Listen, have you been treated well since you've been here? That's kind of important.
Can I get you anything? A glass of water, a bowl of rice?
No, thank you. I would like not to be treated specially just because I'm a refugee. We would like to be treated as people, just like anybody else.
Although you aren't really like us, you're much smaller.
Jerry, why don't you give this a look, huh? It starts back here. What are you doing now in this country to make a living?
I'm a DJ.
That's terrific. All right, the book again is Yankee Doodle Gook, and it's a story of a Vietnamese refugee in the United States of America. How are sales on this book going?
Not very well. But I think it'll sell better when we have it printed in English.
Sure.
It's all in Vietnamese. At first, I thought it was one huge typographical error.
Okay. Well, it's been fascinating talking to you, and we'll be right back after this commercial. Wow, what a band. Aren't they the best darn band you've ever heard, huh? Lucky for you, it's not a contest. They have those, too. They have those Battle of the Bands. Have you ever seen that, where the different bands get up? It's kind of an interesting thing in a way. And if there ever was one, I'd say Hap is my winner. Hap, come on over here and sit down. Yes, sirree, Bob.
They certainly make those instruments talk, don't they?
I think the thing we're looking for, Jerry, is finding a way to get things to shut up.
Right.
Okay, Hap, did anyone ever help you when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I was sickly. I was a sickly kid.
Oh, was he a musician?
No, they didn't have specialists in those days. He was a regular general practitioner, you know.
What was it that made you sick?
Well, I couldn't breathe.
Even with all that spanking on the butt? I think we can say butt, can't we? We're talking about a baby's butt.
That's right.
It's not like a full-size human lady's.
The big problem was that when I was born and the doctor lifted me up my legs and slapped me, I slipped and fell on my hair.
Oh, you really fell, didn't you?
Looks like they may not have known which end to spank. We can kid like that with Happy because he knows that it's meant in good humor.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have... You must have had asthma, is what you're talking about, the breathing. Asthma, some kind of, like,
No.
allergies?
No, nothing like that. I was just born with one nostril.
That's about half, then,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's one on me. Actually, there's two on me. Sorry, but that's... I've never heard of that. That's incredible.
Oh, yes. I only had one breathing aperture till I was about 17.
Oh, for crying out
Wow.
loud.
That's right. And then I had surgery, and the doctor gave me my full share of nostrils at that time.
Boy, Incredible. I can't tell which is which. That's an incredible job of surgery.
It sure is.
Amazing.
This is the real one. And this is the fake. A lot of people pick this one.
Because I couldn't tell. That's right. That is unbelievable.
Demi Hap, just curious, did they take a nostril from another part of your body and put it there? Well, they do that with
I know.
ligaments
I know
and-
what they do it with. No, he just punched a hole in there and gave me a working nostril. So
Absolutely. So it served you just perfectly, huh?
I like it.
Absolutely.
It's nice when I shave. I have some place to stop the razor.
Yeah.
Or even stick the razor while you light a cigarette.
I don't
great.
smoke.
Okay.
I drink.
Oh, good. Well, you couldn't maybe get a shot glass up there. I don't know. I suppose you also have the usual measles, mumps, chicken pox, colds, and bumps and bruises and lacerations, contusions, and things like that children get.
Yeah, well, I had them all in 1 week.
Oh, boy.
I'd get over one thing and then I would get another one right away.
We're talking about a bad week there, aren't we?
Oh, that's terrible. But you know, in spite of all my pain and all my suffering, I had my music to get me through it all.
So it really was music that pulled you through.
Yes, music and a lot of medicine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Music won't do it alone. No, it's music and medicine. That's what does it.
Kind of a combination. Couldn't go into a club and just give them medicine. They want music, too, and so,
That's
but
right.
that isn't enough.
I think what we're saying here is that the ideal man in a case like this would be something like Doc Severinsen.
Ah,
You have them both right there. He's from Ohio, too, you know.
I don't know. Where
Doc Severance is from Ohio?
I think so, and if he isn't, he won't be able to see this, so who cares? Well, happy I'd like to talk to you forever. Welcome to the other side of the news, where we give newsmakers a chance to speak out and present their side of some controversial issues. Today, we're going to hear a defense of corporal punishment in our schools.
You read the paper, you watch TV, you make an opinion of what you see. Maybe now you'll change your views when you hear the other side of the news.
Happy Kine and the orchestra. The United States Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, recently okayed the practice of spanking in our schools, and it's been going on here in Fernwood, but a lot of people are kind of upset. Our guest has been under attack for practicing corporal punishment. The principal of the Dwight D. Eisenhower School. Let's welcome, please, Mr. Marshall Petty. See you. See you. Darrell Washington. What's his name in the book? You know, Jerry Hubbard. Yes. Oh, Mr. Petty, welcome. First off, why are these parents so upset?
Well, actually, they're afraid that the children will be hurt, which couldn't be furthest from the truth. We don't use any paddles or straps or any devices like that. Corporal punishment is practiced in Fernwood is a warm, pleasant experience administered by hand. Yeah, and it shows the youngster that somebody cares about him or her and their behavior pattern.
Trying to set those guidelines when they're
Right,
young, yes.
right, correct.
Absolutely.
Now, we'd like to show the parents of Fernwood that they have absolutely nothing to fear. And I've set up a little demonstration for us tonight. We've selected a pupil at random. I want to point out that this pupil has done nothing wrong, is not being punished. It's just simply a demonstration for
I think
the
we
audience.
understand that.
Just a
Fair enough.
demonstration?
Yes.
Can we bring the child in now?
Yes, Debbie, would you come in now, please?
Jerry Hubbard.
Can we start with the demonstration?
Okay, why don't you just get right to the
All right.
demonstration here? That'd be
Debbie, would you stand up here? You bend over, please. I'd like to show you, point out to you, that the fleshy part of the hand, the fleshy part right here where the lifeline starts.
the warm flesh.
The rest, yeah, that's where we start, okay? All right, it's brush up, brush down, swat. Then brush up, brush down, swat.
And that's all there is.
That's all. Brush up, brush down, swat.
Kind of a rhythm.
Brush up, brush down, swat. Now, while I'm doing this, I tell them about several historical people that have been involved in this type of punishment.
Right?
There's been President Coolidge,
Coolidge?
Vincent van Gogh, Attila the Hun.
We can only speculate there.
Yeah, they've all suffered this same type of discipline.
You're kind of
Brush
sparing
up.
the rod and hoping not to spoil the child.
Yes, that's about
absolutely.
it. Brush up, brush down, and swat. Brush
Well, that's
up,
very,
brush
very
down,
interesting.
And swat.
Most
Brush
informative.
up, brush down, and swat.
I think that's fine.
Brush up, brush down, and swat.
That's great. Okay, so fine.
Yes, you see, it's not
Kathy, why don't
violent.
you sit here? Wait, we got a pillow for you. You're such a good sport. Okay, good.
It's not a violent punishment. It's just a mild form of discipline.
Well,
As you
that's
can see.
fine.
Strict but firm.
Right.
That's great. We'd like to open our phone lines right now and see what you parents feel about this demonstration. Let's take the first call. Okay. Wait a second. I'm coming. Line 1, and you're on the air with Barth Kimball on the other side of the news.
Yeah, tell me, what did that girl do that you're spanking her like that?
She's a very good girl. I told her it's just a demonstration. She's an A student.
I don't know if you could hear that. He said she's an A student.
Yeah, I heard that. I want to know what you're doing slapping around her A students. You know, why don't you slap some of them punks downtown with a motorcycle? You know, I'm talking corporal punishing them now. No capital punishment is too good for these guys. I'm telling you, the Marines, that's where we had discipline in the Marines. That Japanese guy there, ask him. He can tell you that about the Marines and the discipline right there.
Sir, exactly what is the point you're trying to make?
All right.
Okay, thanks. Nice talking to you.
Principal, I have his hands full if he had to go around punishing everyone, all the punks, as he called them out down.
That's true. Okay, we're waiting for another call. Hello, Barth Kimball, the other side of the news. What's your side, yeah?
I think that demonstration was disgraceful.
Oh, so you don't believe in corporal punishment in the schools?
I don't believe in spanking my daughter on television.
My mother.
Well,
Hi, Mom.
Never mind her, Mom. You get away from those sick people.
ma'am.
They're just a bunch of no good...
Oh, no.
Believe me.
We'll be right back after this. You know, we have here on the show. Would you want to be on that?
Well, the only thing I know how to do is sing our school song.
Sing. Perfect. You can come back and sing your school song. I love it.
It's in Latin.
Okay, Latin music. You guys know Latin music. Hi, Hap. That's the stuff. Okay, why don't you learn learn your high school song in Latin. You'll be back here tomorrow night. That'd be just fabulous. So that's about all we have time for because we have about 2 minutes. Just for those of you who just joined us and want to know what you missed, we came on, and I believe, Jerry, you did the warm-up announcements.
Show. I came on a little late, if you remember.
Absolutely. You came out here late, right?
Had a
They were
little
playing.
fun right there, yes.
And then we came out, and I talked a little bit. We read some mail, and that was kind of interesting. We may do that again another night.
Mail there, which
we had a guest after that. It was Daryl Washington
came out and did his hoop acts, which I think was wonderful. I wish we could almost have a replay of that.
Well, we may some night because we still have a little bit of time here. Well, the most enjoyable part for me, I think, or not playing favorites, was Yankee Doodle Good, which was written by our gentleman over here. And we talked about that for a while. It was pretty interesting. And then the phones went crazy because we brought out, well, first of all, which was first?
Well, I think we brought the principal out, Mr. Petty, first, and then he explained his position. And
this was corporal punishment, of course.
Yes,
and young Debbie came out here, a wonderful sport. She sort of...
it was kind of a visual demonstration of what it's all about. The two sides of that controversy about capital punishment, or corporal punishment.
It's not capital, of course.
Not capital punishment.
We may get into capital punishment, though, any time now.
And look at this. Do we have, I just called my attention, do we have kind of an international flavor here?
Absolutely.
Where else but in America could we have a dais like this?
A black, an oriental, a man, and a girl.
And a girl, right. Only in America and only in Fernwood.
Okay, Jerry.
That's what this business is all about.
Right, Jerry. Well, that's about it. That's all we have time for. Come back and see us tomorrow night.
Yes.
We hope to be here, and we hope you will.
More of the same.
So long. From Happy Kind, the orchestra.
More of the same.
Jerry Butler and myself.
Also appearing on tonight's show were Darius Lawrence as Daryl Washington, John Fujioka as Mienko TM, Dave Cameron as Mr. Marshall Petty, and Kathy McCullen as Debbie Dunbar.
Tomorrow at 6 on the streets of San Francisco, John Davidson creates a chilling portrait of personal terror as a female impersonator who slowly loses himself to his ruthless female side. And next, Get Smart.